Today we're going to talk about function notation. Function notation means we are going to evaluate the rule, which is our expression here, for a given input or domain. Remember, that's x. And we plug in x in our expression to get our output or our range, which are otherwise known as y. So for this expression, f of x equals 2x squared plus 3, we're going to find f of 35 first. And what we do for f of 35, we are taking our expression and we take x and replace it with 35. So we're replacing x with a number here that's beside f in parentheses. And then we plug that into Desmos and we get back a number. That's our y value. So f of 35 equals 2,453. Now, Desmos actually makes this really easy. For when plugging it into Desmos, we can plug in our original expression, f of x equals 2x squared plus 3. And then Desmos saves this for f of x. So when we plug in f of 26, it automatically gives us our answer back, 1,355. We can plug in the same thing, f, and then in parentheses 0. And it gives us back 3. F, and then in parentheses negative 2. And it gives us back 11. So we've got our answers there pretty easily without having to go plug in the entire expression over and over for each one of these. So let's try another one. We have our expression f of x equals 3x squared plus 2x minus 7. And we're going to find f of negative 2 and f of 11. So remember here, this is set notation. This just means we're going to take our two answers and we're going to plug it in here with a comma in between. So first, f of negative 2. We plug in our entire expression. So we are storing this for f of x for Desmos. And then we put in f of negative 2. It gives us our answer back, 1. So we can plug that in here in our set notation for our answers. Now I'm going to also find f of 11, 378. So I put a comma, 378 for my second number here. So let's try another one. We have multiple choice. What are the range values of the function f of x equals negative 3x squared plus 5 for the domain values negative 2, 0, 1? This is essentially asking us to do the same thing. We're looking for f of negative 2, f of 0, and f of 1. These are our input values. We want the output or the range values when we plug in these three numbers. So I'm going to bring up Desmos and plug in my original expression. Then I want f of negative 2, which is negative 7. So I'm going to look, since this is multiple choice, I'm going to look and see where I see negative 7. I don't see it in answer choice A. I do see it in B. I don't see a negative 7 in C. I don't see one in D. That tells me B has to be my answer, but we can go ahead and plug in the other two just to be sure. F of 0 is 5, f of 1 is 2. And you notice we'd have them slightly out of order for these three, but usually you'll see them ordered lowest number to highest number, so they may not be in the same order that you find them here. As long as you have all three numbers, then that's good. Here we're given our input and our output, but we don't have the equation. So the way we do these is we try them in Desmos and see which one for f of 2 gives us back 13. So for answer choice A, I plug in f of x equals x plus x squared. I want to see if f of 2 is 13. When I plug in f of 2, I get back 6, so that doesn't work. I'm going to erase those, and then I'm going to try answer choice B. F of x equals x squared plus 8. I plug in f of 2 and I get back 12. That's not 13. It's not what I need. So I mark out answer choice B. I delete those out of Desmos and we try again. Answer choice C, 3x squared plus 1. Plug in f of 2 and I get back 13. That's what I'm looking for. So this is my answer. Here it says the points on the table lie on the graph of a quadratic function. Which could be the function? So here's my input values, and I want to get these output values. So I can try each one, and as soon as I get to one that doesn't match, I mark it out. So in Desmos, f of x equals x squared, that's answer choice A. F of 1 is 1, that matches, but f of 2 is 4, and here I have 2 and 6, so that doesn't work. I try answer choice B, negative x squared plus 2. F of 1 is 1, that matches. F of 2 is negative 2, that doesn't match. I mark out B. Now we try answer choice C. F of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 2. And f of 1 is 1. We have a match. F of 2 is 6. We have a match. F of 3 is 13, which matches. We can go ahead and try our last two. F of 4 is 22, and f of 5 is 33. So they match for all of these numbers. So answer choice C is the one I pick. All right, last one. A quadratic function is shown in the graph. For the function shown, what is f of 4? So here we don't have an expression to try, but we have the graph. So we know that f of 4, so 4, that's our x value. So where x is 4, y is here at 2. So 4, 2 is this point. And that tells me that when x is 4, y has to be 2. All right, that's it for this one today, guys. Let's practice.